Welcome to the boardroom. This is Nis Apprentice. You have had a very interesting learning journey. Your group members are very different. You learn in different ways and you work at different speeds. Would you say that's true or false?
True.
True. Okay, let's dig a little bit deeper and learn about how you saw your team. Mikas, I'll start with you. What was the biggest challenge when working together as a team, and can you give a specific example of this?
The most difficult stage was the research and possibilities, because we needed to search for schools and information, and everyone wanted to do the same job, like writing the schools. So we didn't really collaborate on that stage.
How did you rise above that? How did you work through those challenging times?
We worked actually I think we decided to work alone, but I don't think that really worked well.
So everyone just went off and did their own thing without clearly communicating who was doing what?
Yes.
No, actually,
Yes.
yeah, after a little while we did collaborate. Even on the first challenge, we first have been fighting. I want to do that, but then later we were doing everything together,
On stage,
decorating and
on the yellow stage we were first collaborating then, but on the pink one there was.
Do you think that challenges such as these ones, such as not collaborating or not communicating, are a natural process when working in a team?
yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah?
is. Yes, it is.
Yeah? Next question for Candice. Which stage of the design cycle was the most rewarding, where you felt more confident in working towards your target? Give an example.
I think the composition, because in the composition it's the end example, on the writing process, it's a publishing part.
So tell me a little bit more about what happened in the composition when you were bringing your ideas together.
Well, we didn't really collaborate in the composition, and I wasn't really in the composition, but I still think it's important because it's an end piece and everybody looks at it and it's a final campaign.
Okay, so how was it positive then? How was the composition a good point for your team in this process?
We did again collaborate, but we still had some information and we gathered it together, and when we gathered it we again published it. So I think that was the most important.
Okay, so you're saying in this stage as a team you didn't really collaborate, but you were able to still draw out all the ideas that you had from all the earlier stages to really come to strong, powerful, meaningful ideas.
Yes.
True or false?
True.
Okay. Nicole, what went well for your team throughout this process? And can you give an example of this?
I think that with the experimenting with colors went well, because first we searched the other schools which colors they had and which colors were unique and which colors the other schools didn't have. So we chose colors that brown that schools didn't really want to choose because they don't think it's a nice color. But we found out that if you put them together with other colors, it actually looks really nice.
Okay. What did you learn most from this experience?
We learned that collaborating is important, because if we don't collaborate, well, we might all do the same thing and then the process will go really slowly.
Who do you think worked the best in your team? I'm asking anyone here. Anyone can speak. Who worked the best in your team and how do you know?
Nicole. Actually, I think Candice, because she had the ideas with all the fantastic creativity. She had all the ideas.
From my observations, when I was watching you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, this is how I saw you, this is my point of view. I saw Nicole as the leader in terms of putting all the ideas into action, but I saw Candace as someone who was coming up with some really strong ideas, and more or less handing those ideas over to Nicole, and then Nicole was making those ideas come to life. Would you say that's more true than false?
True.
Yeah? Now, I have to also be very honest, Madhav and Mikas, you had a very interesting role in this process. Would you say that you fairly contributed to the team's overall success?
Not really.
Why?
Because we said, I think that was in the yellow stage, we said we decided who makes what. Madhav makes the brochure, Nicole takes the photo, and I make the jingle, and then everyone did the jingle, and I don't know what to do, so
He's been listening to the same song for an hour.
Okay, so that wasn't probably a good use of time?
Well, me and Nicole went out to take the photos.
That took so
Mika was supposed to, and then we made the brochures, and then.
Can I ask, Mikas just talked about how one person was doing the brochure, one person was doing the logo.
That didn't work.
That didn't work out? There was no communicating about, okay, what do you think about my idea on this? Was there any of that going on?
No, I think me and Nicole paired up and we decided to do it because of that.
Yeah.
So we collaborated. We didn't collaborate as a team, but we paired up and collaborated.
Okay, so you knew what wasn't working well, but you had to come up with an action plan to try and turn it around in order for you to work together.
So me and Madhav, as they were photographing, taking pictures, we searched for a song, and we didn't find actually really song. Then they found a song, and it worked really well at the end.
Do you think that you have actually grown from this experience, not only as a team, but as an individual?
Yes.
Not for me. I think the first one and the second one was the best.
Okay, why?
Well, we collaborated much better, and then when we got to the planning and conceptualizing, we had less work and less paper stuck in our work, and we didn't have much. And even on the yellow that happened, I think.
Okay, but Mikas and Nicole, you think that you actually have grown a lot. How?
I think I have grown with communicating because I'm not really used to communicating my ideas because I never actually worked in a group, so it has been a challenge to communicate.
Excellent. And for you, Mikas?
For me, it was no chance to accept things because I don't really accept things like if they say they said in the yellow stage who does the photo, I always say yes, I want, but then someone else, and I every time say no, I'm doing it. So it was a pretty big chance to me to say okay, I'm leaving it, someone else can do it.
Okay. So you actually stepped back and let other people take that, even though you felt strongly that that was a good job for you.
Yes.
So maybe next time you can take a stand and try and communicate and say, you know what, I want to do this. I think I have...
I was saying that, but then I was feeling something inside me, and I wondered what it was, so I stepped back and let other people do what they want to do.
I think you're being very honest, and that's a good thing. I'm saying for next time, take a stand. Don't step back, step forward. Step up and say, I'm going to do this. I want this opportunity. I want this chance. Trust me. Is there anything else you want to say before you leave the boardroom today?
Actually not.
Nicole? Out of 10, how would you rate your overall experience? 5. 8. 7. Why do you say 5, Candy?
For me, I really think about the collaboration, and Thomas always kept on saying collaborate, and I can hear it when she's over there working. I'm like, guys, let's collaborate. Sounds always like that. And when we see Argo, we're not even collaborating. We're just working and playing.
Did you feel as if you were talking those big words like collaboration and cooperation and communication and initiative, but you weren't living it?
Yeah. But you keep on saying collaborate, collaborate. I think we've been hearing those words, but we're not doing it.
Well, thank you very much for your honesty today. I think what you have said is really how it was for you. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I do believe that you have all grown as a team. Your relationships are stronger, but you've also grown as a person, individually. So thank you. You may leave the boardroom now.
Thank you.